Good day, here are today's top stories from the Pna Headlines. The Anti-Red Tape Authority is working with other government agencies to attract more investments into the Philippines by highlighting ease of doing business in the country. ARTA Director General Secretary Ernesto Perez said the country is preparing to foster a business-friendly environment as global manufacturers affected by the U.S. imposition of the reciprocal tariffs look for new hubs. ARTA is working with various agencies to address concerns such as digital infrastructure aimed at boosting internet speed and improving coverage. Perez said ARTA is encouraging business to harness the Philippines' renewable energy potential. This after the Asian Development Bank spearheaded a workshop on digital infrastructure and renewable energy last week. He expects study expediting the permit process to be completed by June to encourage investors to enter the country. The Philippines is commemorating the Ease of Doing Business Month this May based on Proclamation number 818 signed by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. During the Gov't Bayanihan sa Pamumuhunan milestone event in Malacanang last month, the President said the government seeks to reduce red tape, speed up processes, and initiate more projects with faster results. The Marcos administration aims to improve job quality and address persistent labor market challenges by implementing the Trabaho para sa Bayan Plan, or TPB. The Department of Economy, Planning and Development made the assurance on Wednesday as the unemployment rate hit 3.4% in March this year. This translated to a decline to 1.93 million from 1.94 million in February based on data from the Philippine Statistics Authority. On the other hand, the labor force and employment levels declined by 1.2 million. Labor force participation rate dropped to 62.9% in March from 65.3% in the same period last year. The country's underemployment rate likewise went up to 13.4% in March from 11% last year. DOTr Undersecretary Rosemary Edalion said the TPB plan provides a long-term strategic framework for job creation, labor market transformation, and inclusive workforce development. She said the TPB plan is expanding access to upskilling and reskilling opportunities to address skills shortages and align the labor market with global workforce standards. Meantime, the government would work on boosting investments in high-impact priority sectors, fostering innovation, and accelerating technology adoption. To encourage greater labor force participation, Edalion cited the need to promote inclusive and flexible work arrangements. Meanwhile, professionals are given a chance to earn a college degree and gain career advancement through the Expanded Tertiary Education Equivalency and Accreditation Program Act. The Commission on Elections said at least 30 to 35 candidates in May 12 elections will face disqualification cases due to alleged legal campaign materials. Comelec Chairperson George Erwin Garcia said the list includes a senatorial candidate, while majority are running for local positions. He said they didn't remove their campaign materials as ordered by Task Force Baclas. The Task Force Baclas has been closely monitoring oversized, misplaced, and non-environment-friendly campaign materials of candidates. Meanwhile, Malacanang declared May 12 as a special non-working holiday after Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin signed Proclamation number 878. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. said the holiday was declared to allow more Filipinos to participate in the elections. The Department of Transportation has reopened the application for the consolidation of public utility vehicles under the Public Transport Modernization Program. Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon signed a department order providing guidelines for operators and drivers who have not yet consolidated. The order covers public utility jeepney and UV express operators who failed to consolidate or with a pending application or motion to accept consolidation. The move comes after Dizon ordered a review of the PUV modernization program over a month ago. The PTMP aims to replace jeepneys and other units that are not roadworthy with vehicles that have at least a Euro 4 compliant engine to lessen pollution. The consolidation of individual PUV franchises into cooperatives or corporations ended on April 30, 2024, but it was reopened from October 15 to November 29. Reason said, around 86% of PUVs have applied for consolidation, but only around 40% have been approved. The Catholic Church awaits the rise of the new Pope as a conclave convenes later tonight to vote for the successor of late Pope Francis. Roman Catholic cardinals will assemble at the Vatican's Sistine Chapel after a public mass in St. Peter's Basilica. From there, they will lock themselves away from the world in a voting process that may take days until they choose the Church's 267th pontiff. Black smoke from a chimney on the roof of the chapel would mean an inconclusive vote, while white smoke and the pealing of bells will signal the selection of a new pope. A record 133 cardinals from 70 countries will participate in the conclave, including leading candidates Filipino Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle and Italian Cardinal Pietro Parolin. Aside from Tagle, two other Filipino cardinals, Pablo Virgilio David and Jose Advincula, will also participate in the papal conclave. The new pope is expected to lead a diverse yet divided church that was previously influenced by Pope Francis' reforms and calls for openness. In our business news, Finance Secretary Ralph Recto says the government vows to ensure that all Filipinos will feel the effects of the slowdown in inflation. Data from the Philippine Statistics Authority showed inflation fell to 1.4% in April this year, the lowest since November 2019. In a statement, Recto said the government is focusing on the upward pressures in prices of meat, restaurant services, electricity, and rentals. He said the government continues to implement a whole-of-government approach to stabilize prices, ensure the availability of affordable food, and address potential non-food inflation drivers. They will also continue to implement a maximum retail price of imported rice at 45 pesos per kilogram in Metro Manila, followed by the 20 pesos per kilogram rice program to be launched after the elections. Other efforts include mitigating elevated energy prices, encouraging renewable energy, and promoting cost-effective sources of energy. Meanwhile, several government agencies have expressed support for Bahai Deals, a new online platform aimed at helping overseas Filipino workers invest in real estate in the Philippines. The AI-powered app, launched by the Talino Venture Studios and Rizal Commercial Banking Corporation, simplifies the process of buying residential properties. Department of Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Leo Cacdac said they want to market Philippine properties as the most reliable investment, especially for Filipinos. Trade Secretary Maria Cristina Roque also expressed support for the app, saying digitalization and AI are priorities of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. She has suggested to RCBC to expand financial support to OFWs to help them get with sustainable livelihood options once they return home. And that's the latest and the biggest stories on the Pna Headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, page, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. The Pna Headlines is also streamed via the Servicio Facebook page. You may also watch the Pna Headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under the Pna News. I am Stephanie Savaliano. This is the Pna Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.